reset my controls. Good evening from the caravan in a little candy on my knees. Okay. Hey, donkey. Yeah, definitely Bigfoot. That'll definitely happen. Like, I knew it happened because OBS was sending desktop notifications saying it had broken. Good evening, JAJ. You were sending a fax during the outage. A fax? The 90s are calling, they want the fax machine back. Wow, this just suddenly turned into Farmson. It's quite a nice road, actually. I think I've driven down this road before, but I can't remember when. Still use fax machines at work. Jeez, man.
Continue straight.
It's like these people who have phones with just a keyboard and no display. Like, what? You're tuning in while you take your car to the wash. Nice. You've got a fax machine at work, Billy. Anyone knows how to use it. I have an instruction list laminated next to it. I'm not sure. Oh yes, Robert was on 42 months. I've been to Truckfest West Midlands and Wales today. Oh, nice, dude. Sorry, I missed that one during the chaos. Oh, my eyes, though. This pollen. Mick, see you later, bro. Have a good one. Is there a penalty in the game if you go over the speed limit? So, if you have the option turned on for traffic penalties, traffic penalties is on by default. If you have it turned on, you get a fine for speeding. You get a fine for jumping a red light, that kind of thing. And if there's a police car around in the vicinity, then the fine is, I think it's double, or it's certainly increased by quite a bit.
Continue straight.
But there is a random element of it, of you not being seen, as it were. Keith the Ryan, welcome back. I'm not bad, thank you, Juno. Do you have on the car speed limit or the truck one? Always the truck one. I've never been to the Bahamas. No, ProMods doesn't work with 135 currently. This is Rust map. Yes, I've played it in VR. Can you play this with Pro Mods turned off and Rust map on?
Caution, mind your speed.
Oh boy. What is going on here? It's a very sudden drop to 40Ks. You can play Pro Mods and Rust map together. You just need you need to use the Rust map comes with a connection, like a bridging connection. But currently you can't do that, so you have to choose one or the other. In fact, if you're on 135, you can only use Rust map. You can't use Pro Mods. Wow, it's so flat around here. I reckon one of the cleaners at Twitch went in the server room and just unplugged the server so she could stick a vacuum cleaner in. And that's why Twitch went down. So you're playing Rocket League during the week, do you have a rank? Well, it gets reset every time you do a season. So I tend not to play rank, to be honest. I tend to just have fun. No, I'm not using a graphics mod. Saw the legendary Smokey in the Bandit truck. What, the real one? At the Truck Fest? I've seen that before. I think we're going to be turning left shortly. Wait, why are they turning right on red? That was weird. That truck just turned right on red in Russia. I love how the AI just cruises over the bumpy roads.
And then turn left. Turn left.
He lights the program wrong. I looked for like a green arrow, which indicates that you can turn, but there was none. You can't turn right on red in ETS2, no. Yeah, Ref Rick is too enthusiastic. Mr. John Fly, 34 months. glorious Sunday. It is indeed. Thank you, John Fleister. How did you get on with your trucking?
Happy anniversary, Nata.
Oh my life, these lights. I have not played Ace Combat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, Jeffy. Frost Delicus, welcome back for 2 months. Convo last night was super fun. The floating trials are fun to watch. Nice. That's a nice building on the right.
Keep right. And then turn right.
Happy anniversary, Nata.
Turn right.
Did a dog fight? Thank you for 17. Super happy to announce Utah, John Fly. What are you looking forward to in Utah? Like which city is nearest to you? I remember you saying about Utah that you can drive a couple of hours and you can be in the snowy peaks. So I'm guessing they would do that in the game as well. Salt Lake City, 10,000 foot mountain to the north, then Red Rock Desert in the south. It's crazy.
Happy anniversary, Nata.
10,000 foot mountains. Capstead, thank you, welcome back.
Welcome back, Nata.
You're looking forward to trying out Sierra Nevada map mod for ATS. When I went to that website, Chris, the Sierra Nevada thing, am I correct in thinking that you have to pay to be able to download it? Because that's what it looked like for me. This is some nice scenery around here, actually. It's nice scenery. I'm quite surprised. Like the Rust map quality down here is really good. Do you think they've got plans for Spain or Ireland? I don't know. I literally don't know, and if I did know, I couldn't say.
Keep left. And then turn left. Turn left.
It's a weird junction. Yeah, that's James, mate.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
You think SCS will do Portugal next? Why would they do Portugal without doing Spain, ED? Doesn't make any sense.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Got the t-shirt. Thank you for 3 months. I doubt it, imaginary. I very much doubt they're doing Australian trucks. Like, it's bad enough them having 2 games on the fly. 3 would be a nightmare.
Continue straight.
Well, no, they'd have to do Spain before they could ever do Portugal, right? So they're definitely not going to do Portugal next. I think you can 100% say that's not going to happen, because they would have to do Spain. You can't get from France to Portugal without going through Spain. I think one thing I want in additional maps is multiplayer with mods. The problem is, John Fly, is it's not an official multiplayer, so they don't have any, like, much control over it. Although I think one of the guys who founded it works at SCS now, so there is some element of that, but until they make an official multiplayer, I don't think they're going to do that. A secret underwater tunnel in the Atlantic. You don't get... Wait, what?
To the nut house.
That doesn't make any sense. Oh, he no longer works at SCS now. Oh, right. I thought you still did. You heard rumours of Laminar making a multiplayer for X-Plane.
Anniversary, Nutter.
What, you mean like a built-in kind of shared cockpit thing? Is that what you mean? That would be kind of cool if they built it into the sim. That really would be cool. Built-in group flying. Gotcha. Right. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice, I guess. I suppose that would allow you to just, like, spool up a session of multiplayer and then your friends just join in. Could be fun. Mr. Cresshead, thank you for 19 months. 19. Paul Hardcastle sung that. Do you think the new flight sim will be on Xbox? Chaos, they said that the new flight sim will be on PC and will then come onto Xbox later, but primarily be for PC. Wait, what? Chris? Mandalsoft no longer works at SCS? Wait, hold the press, Chris. When did this happen? I did not know that. What happened there?
We wouldn't recommend speeding, but you didn't expect to hear that from us. You're welcome.
Henry mentioned it above. I didn't see it. What happened? I know that he had to learn the local language because all their meetings are held in their language, and he was really struggling with it. I do wonder if that's got anything to do with it. So who's doing Germany then? Because that was his thing.
You have reached your destination. Well done. Although, frankly, I did all the hard work.
Okay, where are we parking? What? Oh, actually, we can go in this way. Man out, chaps. Wouldn't want anybody to get hurt while you're so busy. Yes, it's a voiceover mod. It's in the Steam Workshop. It's called the Grand Tour. Glove Leica. That was a fun little drive. This is a Jazzy Cat trailer mod. An owned trailer that you can download from Jazzy Cat. It was posted on the Truck Sim Discord server from SES Office that Mandalsoft was no longer going to work there. So no more details about why then, Chris? Like, was it his decision, their decision, joint decision? Like, you don't know the story, fair enough. I need to message him, find out. There's a post on the forums where he explained it, Henry. What does he say? Henry, can you, like, summarize what he said? So, that road there was what we just drove down. This one here. And I thought that was a really cool road. I enjoyed that. That was a nice drive, that was. There's also like a weird road here, but it doesn't actually go anywhere useful. I reckon he's probably struggling to learn language, feeling a bit homesick. Because I think that was his first ever kind of job, and he had to move away from home. What I want to do now is try and get a job that goes that way. I'm leaving the company. Decision to leave dates back all the way to January. It's not that SCS is a bad employer, far from it. There's a lot of things surrounding it that kill me like 1,000 paper cuts. Job was always considered temporary before I moved back to civil engineering again, the profession I took extensive education for. I think now is the time for returning to the field has come. I think about my long-term future for my career as well, and in the current position I don't have such growth and potential anymore, and I'm way over-educated for the job. Enjoyed working at SCS, but I feel it's time for change, he says. This is Mandalsoft. Who also played a role is that I felt quite socially isolated in the Czech Republic. I knew that. I failed to get a social circle here that would replace the one I had back in the Netherlands, and thus my old social circle is pulling me back from where I came. The biggest obstacle is the language, there you go, which after 2.5 years of studying I still barely use in practice. I can handle it now. Still generally happy, but if I would stay for much longer, I think the loneliness will eventually get to me, and I already had moments where loneliness really hammered me down. I'm missing people that mean a lot to me, and that's why I settled on my decision. However, these years have not been complete waste. I have never lived on my own before, and moving to Prague alone was trial by fire, but I got through that. Prague will always be the city where I became my own man, and I will keep a special place in my heart. I'm thankful for getting this opportunity offered to me, and I've taken it with both hands. It's a privilege to work here. Yep, so more or less what I thought in terms of struggle with the language and socially can't get on down there. He wants to go home. And like I said, that was his first proper job down there. So that's almost like when I went to university. You know, when I was, although ignore the language part, but the bit about like finding yourself and growing up, basically. When I went to university when I was 18 and I actually spent 4 years at university in total. And when you finish that process of living away and depending on yourself, you grow up, quite frankly. And that's what happened to him. So, yeah, I think it's difficult. Like living in Prague and he can't get used to language. It's very hard for him to make a circle of friends. And without a circle of friends, you just don't feel happy. That's the biggest hurdle to living in a different country, is just trying to make a social circle of friends. Very hard. So, yeah. And like he says, he's kind of overqualified for the job. Like if his training is in civil engineering, well, you know, making maps at SCS is never going to give him that. So he's had to make a choice between map modding and civil engineering. So I totally get his decision. You definitely grew up a lot at university, but I think it would have been 1,000 times harder in another country. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I did, you know, when I met him, he'd only been there like a few months, and he said he was really struggling with the language. And then I met him again about 18 months later, and he said he still doesn't get the language. So he sits in meetings, and they're all talking in the native tongue, and he just can't understand most of what's being said. So he can't even fit in at work. He can't even fit in with the meetings, and then he can't fit in a social circle either. It's very, very difficult. So the question now is, who's going to take over Germany now that he's standing down, because that was his like thing? And does that mean he's going to go back to just doing pro mods, or is he going to focus completely on his job and walk away from Eurotruck? Indeed, Pringle. Although personally, Pringle, I've never tried. I usually just switch off. Perfect. That's good. We'll have to drive up to this one, to the pickup point. I think the sat-nav's gone a bit crazy. It wants us to go all the way down this road, turn around, and come all the way back again.
Tires, check. Lights, check. Wipers, check.
3 co-drivers full of sparkling wit and repartee? Triple check. Let's go.
Continue straight.
Wow, this is a bit of a narrow entrance. See, I'm kind of thinking that we turn right here. How long do you reckon it'd take SCS to complete an ETS2 map? Well, define complete. Probably need to get some fuel soon.
Continue straight.
Yeah, but if you asked what is complete in terms of maps for Eurotruck, like what is map complete for Eurotruck Sim, I don't think anybody give you the same answer. Because like, what is Europe? You've got West Europe, East Europe. Like, where do you draw the line? Why would you not include Russia? No. 135 Pro mods, no. Yeah, but you've already got Island via Pro mods, so we're not desperate for Island, are we?
Turn right.
Russia's part of Asia. Well, I think Moscow's part of Eastern Europe. It's actually in both. This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. Russia is both Asia and Europe. So where do you draw the line for what is map complete for ETS2? It's not an easy answer. STS can make an Asian truck sim.
Continue straight.
Yeah. Imagine getting a full Asian map. That's an insane amount of work.
In 200 meters, turn left.
In 200 meters, turn left. Well, that would be better. Just make a world truck sim, but I've been saying that for years. Just make one truck sim.
Turn right.
Well, they just keep going. Eventually, Africa and Asia. I literally, I don't think even they've considered it yet, Rob White. I think the way they're doing it is they're just going, what's the next state we can do? What's the next country we can do? And just churn through it.
You have reached your destination. Well done. Although
Neil Ange, thank you for 12 months. Cargo market. So I've not been able to join the streams for a while, especially since the night trucking was busy and too tired getting my house repainted. The good news, that's all work complete.
Oh, yeah,
I had a lot of painting work done about a year ago. It's always a real pain because you've just got to like empty everything out the room to have it painted. It's so annoying. What, Russia on a scale of 1 to 1? That'd be like the most boring thing you've ever done. Do you think you'll ever get an electric car? Yep. When is the big question. Tell you what, this trailer's really like twitchy. Turns pretty sharp. Tesla. A Tesla would be good, but they are so expensive. Echolos, some biddies, thank you for Mr. and Mrs. Squirrel GPS mod. Thank you, Echolos. Where would I like Eurotruck Sim to go? Spain. Spain and Portugal and Ireland, and then redo the UK. Because at that point, like, the whole of the western part is done, isn't it? It's done. You've got Spain, Portugal, you've boxed all that off. Everything else is Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean. Go and do Ireland, and then you've finished the UK off. Get that done. Then you've done the west side, and everything coming that way. Then you just keep pushing east and pushing north. Well, Barcelona in Pro Mods was done by a 14-year-old new mod.
Have a pleasant drive. Well, as pleasant as you can have with us three navigating your route.
That's why you wish STS would have a button map to disable trailer steering. Yeah. Let's check out the map. Have you considered getting a Tesla Model 3? The thing about the Model 3 trucks, Infan, is I look at it and it doesn't excite me from the out. Like, the outside of it just doesn't make me go. Like a P100D, you look at the outside of it and it's like, that looks nice. Or the X just looks amazing with the, like, I was in the Tesla shop in Orlando. And when I went to, was it Berlin as well? And it's just amazing. But the Model 3 just looks so bland. You just think, do I really want to spend like 40, 50,000 pounds on this? That's a lot of money. Right, we can pick up something here. Yeah, when ProMods took over the Barcelona mod from that 14-year-old kid, the one thing that had to be done was to optimize it. He'd put like so many polygons down, so many cars, like the performance was horrible. Even when they'd optimized it, it still was frame heavy. In DX11 though, it might work pretty well. Squirrel's like a millionaire if he's hanging around in Tesla shops. Oh yeah, because everybody in that shop was a millionaire. I guarantee you, in that shopping mall, in Orlando, right, the only people that walked into that Tesla shop were millionaires. And I just happened to be one of them. Because there's a sign outside saying, no, if you're not a millionaire, don't even come into this shop. We're not making affordable Model 3s. It's like, this is a millionaire shop, alright? The fact that, like, a lot of cars now are 30 to 60 grand in that price bracket, which is where Tesla Model 3 sits. Yeah, they credit check you at the door. You need to have a millionaire card. Jeez, that truck was like driving into me. Face recognition to see whether you're a millionaire or not. Or the Tesla's got some pretty advanced stuff in it. It's really nice. The problem is, like, every year the batteries get better and better and better. They use different chemicals in them. So every time you buy a Tesla, within a couple of years, the batteries have got way better. I think the rate of change is a bit high at the moment. I think I'm probably going to wait till things are settled down. We're in that stage of a product that's called the early adopter stage, where it's like a rising curve. And if you just wait a few years, the prices come down, everything settles down, and then it's a good time to buy in. But right now, it's just... everything's just developing way too quickly, and why are we stopping here when there's a green light?
Continue straight.
Okay, that was weird. A P100D is like the thing to get. That thing is just ballistic. And also, you need to spend thousands at home to have like the charging station fitted, because without that, you're going to be spending 24 hours charging the car back up. Enceladus, 63 months. I call hacks. Thank you very much for 63 months support, sir.
Continue straight.
Collab with James May. I'm still waiting for him to phone me up. Be like, yo, my buddy Squirrel. Probably when he makes it on time, a celebrity and his career's fading, that's when he'll phone me. The distance that a Tesla can travel on full charge is not... there's no straight answer to that, Jet Ray. There are a lot of variables involved. For example, the outside temperature, which makes a difference to the battery life. Oh, Lord Doyle's made an appearance. Here comes Mrs. Squirrel and Lord Doyle. What about the roadster? 0 to 60, not 1.9. Dude, that would almost break your neck. That is so quick.
You just ran somebody over.
No, I didn't run anybody over. I would never do that.
What's on the right then?
What? Everybody in chat can testify that I would never run anybody over in this game. I don't crash into anyone. I don't run anybody over. Come on, pal. All hail the actual star. Here we go. Right, put your foot on the wheel. Take some of your own weight. And say hi. Hey. There he is. I've never seen him mount the pavement ever. No, sir. Not me. Hey, you got a haircut over a week ago. You want some cake? Hello, Squirrel family. Hello, Chris. So majestic. Love the haircut. Oh, thank you, Rusty. Well, don't forget Doyle, though. Does Doyle like to go in my car? Doyle's not allowed in my car. He travels in Mrs. Squirrel's car only.
It's because I'm a better driver.
Yeah, that's it. You're the better driver. What?
It's true. You know it to be true.
Mrs. Squirrel has a northern accent, and the squirrel just sounds like Lee Mack. Who's Lee Mack? Who's Lee?
I don't know exactly what he does. He's like what's the name? Comedian type Bolsky type thing.
What is it, comedian?
He used to be in a show. Yeah. Yeah.
Mrs. Squirrel sounds like she's from Leeds. Leeds? A bit insulted here.
Rude.
Stand-up comedian.
Yeah. He was in.
Why don't they ever sit down, Pringle? That's what I want to know. My legs would hurt if I did that. I was a stand-up comedian.
Where's you from?
Exactly, Hannah. You tell him wrong side of the pennies. Lancashire lass.
Oh.
Wrong side of the Pennines.
Yeah, get you. Yeah. You southerned up. You went soft. Especially when you worked in London.
I used to work in London, yawn. I used to talk all with a posh accent, yes.
Used to come home.
Have you ever seen early Jeremy Clarkson videos?
No.
Oh my god.
Why is he sound?
They are like the late 80s, early 90s ones when he was working at the BBC and he used to talk with that quintessential voice when he was talking to the camera. It is actually night and day hilarious.
That's what when you went like.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Not like that. Not like full sellout like that. The
Yeah,
BBC.
forgot your
I've got a
roots.
plum in my mouth. Oh my god, it's just horrendous. I bet he looks back at them videos and he regrets everything. Yeah, and he had an afro.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
The voice and the perm. Yep. Crusher UK, thank you for 53.
Well, it did him well. Yeah, it served him a very good career.
Say
Until
bye-bye,
he
doll.
started being lippy.
You're done. See you next week. Bye-bye. Au revoir. Have a good week. Don't cry. Right. Thanks for pumping him. Can I please have some more juice? With ice.
See? Or just juice?
No, it's juice. By the way, nobody was impressed by the fact that you put coffee in a Yorkshire tea mug. I'm just, least of all me.
I thought it was quite ironic.
Have a missed all, Kappa. I tell you what, I'm just going to nip for a very quick bio break, guys. Be right back. Whoa, I'm back. Yeah, no freaking out, stay calm. Thanks. You should put way more ice in than that. Because honestly, it melts so quick. This time of year. Even with the aircon, you'd be amazed. Yeah, the counter reset. Twitch just massively derped and the stream dropped for like 2 minutes. Well, you won't be looking at this particular chair for much longer. I'm going to swap it out. You didn't panic. No, no, no. You all stayed perfectly calm. I was so impressed. What am I going to swap it with?
Continue straight.
I'm going to swap it for the exact same chair in black. I'm not joking. I'm going to get the exact same model, but just all black. I've kind of worn this one out.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
How do I like the chair? Well, I'm getting the same one again. I think that says something.
Exit.
Can I buy your old chair from you? The problem
Continue
with
straight.
the problem with something like that is, I mean, like I say, I'm getting rid of it because it's a bit worn out. Like the cushion's worn out. But delivery is the biggest problem with anything like that. Yeah, exactly. I sit for hours and hours and hours on this chair. Pretty much like every video, every stream since 2016, I think, I've been sat in this chair. She wants a chair that's been perfectly contoured to Squirrel's bum cheeks. I have some sympathy for that point of view, Beaker. Oh, I just saw a flashing polygon. I mean, they've eaten a lot of snacks in this chair, you know. Oh! Hello, DirectX 11. That's the best one yet. Look at this. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, hang on. That's brill. I like that one. There you go. That was certainly weird. A new chair is like a new mattress. It takes some time to get used to. Well, that's true. Apart from the last mattress I bought, that Simba one was just amazing. We're approaching Volhusky. You think your chair's more black tape than chair? Fair enough. Well, this would probably be an upgrade then, Loopy Loo. But, you know, again, how would I even get this thing to you, Loopy Loo? Oh, I thought it had crashed then. Wait, what? How does that work? That's so weird. Oh, we've gone Twitch purple. Look at this. That's actually amazing. Twitch purple roads. Yes. That's brill. I'm actually amazed, like, so far using DX11, so far most of it's working pretty well. Mr. Xavier HTX, have you ever thought of making your own virtual trucking company? Do you know what puts me off that? The sheer admin of running one, and the political nonsense that always approaches these things, and the arguments. I cannot be bothered. However, if they implement it in the game where you can just create something and then people can drive in it, I'm happy to do that. But anything else which involves, you know, submitting jobs and scheduling, yeah, nah. Nah. If you're able to send a chair, if it's in the UK, it'd be more than 2 kilograms. Oh no, I ain't posting that chair anywhere, Jord. Like, if somebody wants to collect it, that's one thing. With a DirectX 11, you had to turn the scan down to 300% to eliminate road oceans. Interesting. Well, I'm on 400 and it's okay at the moment.
Turn right.
It belongs to the upcoming Museum of Squirrel. Yeah, except there's no storage space for that.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit.
Would I sign the chair, Pringle? Are you actually serious? Alright, Thomas. Upcoming eBay. Honestly, it's... I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Mrs. Squirrel wants it. Who knows? I would rather it just went to a good home. Like, I'm not really interested in making money off it. I'd rather it just went to somebody that can make good use out of it. But I don't want to get involved in, like, packaging it and posting it. I'm not going to do that. I'm getting the same brand and the same model, Ottawa, just a slightly different colour. Oh boy, that's a red light. Your home is good. Uh-huh.
Happy anniversary.
To a bud. 2 years, mate. Thank you so much. 24 months. Give me a smile and a handshake. You don't need a chair, do you, Pringle? You've got a chair, haven't you? Raffle it, we paid for the post. You thought James made no sense of direction. I think you'd be right about that.
Happy anniversary, Nata.
Alan Bowen, thank you for almost 2 years. Almost there.
In 200 meters, turn right.
Dub AUT 6, a little more than 2 years, 35 months. Thank you very much, Dub.
Turn right.
A while ago you gave a G27 to someone because you got a G29, she was happy with it. Well, it just, to me, it just feels like the right thing to do, George. Is there enough space for the chair behind the green screen? League of Legends, mega fan. Nope. Those games like Dota and League of Legends and all that, like, they're just not my kind of game at all. Like, at all. I've seen streams with like 100,000 people of League of Legends, and I kind of just jump in to wonder what 100,000 people are actually watching. And all I can see is like little characters running around, spell effects going off, and then people, like the crowd, just getting insanely excited. And I'm looking at the screen going, what are they getting excited about? I just don't get it. You do a new chair rocking a 50 quid office chair at the moment. I think that's how I started, to be honest. I started on a cheap office chair. It's just what you got to do. Nope, mega fan. I just said to you, it's completely not my kind of game. I am not playing it. You seem the same way about football and other sport. Yeah, but with football, I understand it when I watch it. I know what's going on. I can kind of get why they're getting excited because the ball's getting close to the line. But I see stuff happening in these games and I just don't get it. Does the chair have locking casters? Yes. Yep, I've got locking casters on this, and I've ordered the new one with locking casters. But if you order them at GT Omega, they're like £10 extra for locking caster wheels. And there's like an optional padded armrest, I think. Whoa, what just happened to the tarmac? Wowzers. You're not getting older, getting more experienced, I like it. I don't even know where the lane markers are. Yes, this is Rust map, amigos. That water looks pretty decent now. I don't know if it's got better with DirectX 11 or not, but it looks pretty good. We're making another ETS2 ATSMP video with another YouTuber anytime in the future. Not that I'm aware of. Cosmic Bit, thank you very much for subbing, Cosmic. Welcome to the house. Thank you for your support. When is ETS2 getting ray tracing support? Well, this is the thing, like moving to DX11 at least allows them to do that kind of thing. Oh, is it on DX12 only, Rome? Well, let me put it this other way then. If they go to DX11, that's most of the pain. Moving to 12 is an easier move. But I doubt they're going to do it anytime soon. You missed the old Payday videos. How is Payday Boeing? Because I remember... You know Ferret? You must remember me playing Payday with Ferret. I remember Ferret telling me how he'd stopped playing it. This was a couple of years ago, and he said he'd stopped playing it because they brought out DLCs and then they just basically broke the game. Somehow they just broke the economy of the game, or I can't remember what he said, but he said it was no longer enjoyable and he stopped playing it. I don't know if they ever recovered from it. Tech Rebounds, welcome back. I mean, I don't see anybody stream that game, which is possibly telling. I used to enjoy it in the early days. It's got 19,000 players right now, so it can't be terrible. It's pretty dead. What is that place?
Happy anniversary, Nata.
Payday 2 is full of cheaters. Interesting. War Thunder's not dead. It's been going 7 years. Is it 7 years? I remember playing it in 2014. I remember playing it when it came out. I didn't think it was 2012 though. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Alex. Like Payday 2 was mostly PvE, wasn't it? So you would get into a scenario with some friends, either some players online that you just pug, or you would play with some friends. Like, why would you have cheaters in a game like that? It's not a PvP game.
We wouldn't recommend speeding, but you didn't expect to hear that from us. You're welcome.
4 months, thank you, sir. People who can't beat the AI.
Continue straight.
I like how it's just like loads of cars everywhere, but no people. Unlock everything, God mode, unlimited ammo, collect everything. Honestly, is there actually any enjoyment in doing that though, Trucker J? Imagine saying, I finished that game, and all you did was just toggle stuff on to God mode and just go and beat it. Like, really? What did you actually achieve? That's what they do. I never understand it. How come their fuel stations have red and white markers like at airfields? Like, they expecting planes anytime soon?